Hi, I'm Bekah and I'm a Prenda parent, a Prenda guide, and I helped write the Prenda Parents Training. I'm here today to share with you about my ongoing parents' journey through my child's education. My views about education really began shifting about 12 years back when I enrolled my oldest son in a really non-traditional school where he had the same teacher for all 6 years that he spent there. And so I would show up year after year, semester after semester with this same teacher and listen to her explain the most beautiful observations about my child, his social skills, his work ethic, his interests. And I would just nod agitatedly and wonder if he was at grade level in math. And then she would share other years about how he loved dragons and he loved drawing them and making paper airplanes and writing in code. And I would ask about his handwriting or if I could know if he was keeping up with the kids in the neighborhood school. As the years passed, I began to see that I had my own story of how my child should be. And I was using his education as a measuring stick and a battering ram to get him to that story. And my story, my brilliant, wonderful son, could never measure up. One day, his teacher shared with me that she used to think about working outside the box with my son until she realized there wasn't even a box to begin with. There was just my son, worthy of all my love, worthy of all my acceptance, and worthy of a lot more trust in his education than I was giving him. Through his final years at that school and then in his happy transition to junior high, my core thoughts really began to shift about my children's education and what I thought it could be doing in their lives. Thoughts like, if I keep owning my children's education, when are they going to start owning it? Or do I care more about my children knowing specific facts, or do I care more that they learn how to learn? Those type of thoughts really begin to challenge my long-held story. And then Prenda found me. Prenda supports me and my growth mindset about my children and even myself. It holds space for each of my child's unique interests and passions and hobbies and creativity while providing a solid academic foundation. Each of my children is working at their learning frontier, which is that magical spot where what they don't know and what they do know meets, and the child is really engaged in the struggle and committed to it. They're learning to embrace and even seek academic rigor in their studies. And as a parent, I have access to all the data I could ever need or want to support my children in their learning. And now it really is something that they own, not something that mom is owning for them. Watching my second grade son excel in math while also committing to the struggle of improving his reading, which was a really hard subject for him, was such a joy for me as a parent. And seeing my extraordinary kindergartner be able to work in first grade and second grade level work and not be held back by anybody else's schedule was nothing short of miraculous. I've also really enjoyed that Prenda school days are typically shorter than traditional school days. And the extra time is such a gift to our family to be together, to let my children use that time to pursue their interests and talents and learning outside of school. I love it. Sometimes I still find myself as a recovering addict to my old thoughts, but I invite you on this journey with me. As a parent, you will sometimes be uncomfortable with the absence of paperwork coming home, with the absence of homework, with the absence of grades. Who knew you could even miss those things? You will also be uncomfortable if you think your child is behind or if you think they're not working hard enough. I still feel that way sometimes. It's not always perfect. But as Prenda parents, we choose our child's learning over our own comfort with past systems and models. We dare greatly and let our children choose their paths and figure it out alongside us.